Hey everybody, Josh Sigurdson of World Alternative Media here, and welcome to Ancient Wonders, a channel where we explore some of the most mysterious sites on Earth. On December 25th of 2020, with no tourists in sight, I went with my girlfriend to the ancient, mysterious bent pyramid of Dashur in Egypt. We were living in Egypt at the time, and the site had only recently been opened to the public before lockdown, which absolutely destroyed the tourist sector in Egypt. In this video today, we are going to show you the extremely rare look inside the bent pyramid. This exclusive footage will blow your mind. Before we show you the footage, I want to quickly explain the situation here. This mysterious site that was allegedly built for Pharaoh Sneferu, though there's no actual evidence of this, was built to perfect geometric golden ratios. This makes the theory regarding the structure so much more absurd if you take this into account. The theory is that the structure was built as a test for the Great Pyramids, and that it was simply just a way to test the potential of building pyramids. The claim is the architects built half the pyramid, felt that it was going to collapse, so they made a sudden shift in construction, giving it this bent shape. There are too many problems with this theory to go into all at once, but if they managed to perfectly align the pyramids to stars, perfectly build echo chambers inside the pyramid that focuses electromagnetic energy, it's rather stupid to claim that the bend was a mistake. These people were far more sophisticated than architects today. Everything points to this being a machine. We made our way down 75 meters of shaft to the bottom, where I then climbed up some stairs, found an echo chamber, and then climbed many stories on a rickety staircase, finding a tunnel filled with thousands of bats. This was not a tomb. Excavations have been done. They may have dedicated the pyramid to Sneferu later on, but they did not build this perfect energy machine as a tomb. That's what the Valley of the Kings is for. There are no inscriptions. It would have been almost impossible to climb down into this pyramid without stairs, never mind build it. Until stairs were added in 2019, there would have been no way to go up and down without a strong 79-meter rope. With evidence of ancient Cataclysm, this pyramid appears much like some of the other pyramids I was able to climb through alone in 2020, including the Great Pyramid of Giza, the Step Pyramid at Saqqara, the Red Pyramid, and more. All of which, by the way, we've done videos on our channel. Connected to an underground tunnel system, this structure may be the remnants of a lost ancient civilization that connected itself to tunnel systems worldwide, not likely to have been built by the dynastic Egyptians. I've explored the 18-floor Derinkuyu in Turkey, which fit 20,000 people in it, which was connected to at least 250 other underground cities in Turkey, from the Black Sea to Syria.
Not so easy.
I've explored the underground tunnel systems in Aswan, Egypt, and Giza, at places like the Osiris Shaft and many other places, which all seem to have the exact same construction technique as the tunnels in Turkey. Why is the Smithsonian hiding information and research on this phenomenon? Why are textbooks copied and pasted from 200 years ago without any allowance for questioning or new theories? There are people who live among us who know the answers to these questions. We've gone into it in countless other videos that, again, you can check out on our channels. We're about to get into the exclusive footage you'll only see here on this channel, but first, I urge you all to check the links in the description. Subscribe to our channel, Ancient Wonders, on YouTube, and World Alternative Media on all other alternative sites. Civilization is nearing its endpoint once again. Please go get non-GMO storable foods from heavensharvest.com and use code WAM, W-A-M, to get free shipping on most products. We also have heirloom seeds available. Also, never run out of power. Go to our Lion Energy link and save a bunch of money on batteries, power banks, generators, and other solar panels, as the grid is purposely targeted to ensure your compliance with the coming reset. Finally, check the links in the description for ways you can help support us in our efforts to expose the truths internationally. For now, I bring you my largely unedited exploration of the Bent Pyramid of Dashur from Christmas Day 2020. Make of it what you will, but for the love of information, question everything. Enjoy. Here we have the inner casing of the bent pyramid, and then above you can see the outer casing that still exists. Very, very large slabs of rock there, and it looks on the outside like this place was hit by some kind of cataclysmic event, especially on the other side of this pyramid. We'll get to that shortly, but first we're gonna actually go inside of the pyramid and check that out. Wish me luck, my friends. It's 79 meters down. Oof, that should be fun. Entering the bent pyramid right now, and this is crazy steep and crazy short. Wow. Oh yeah, my water.
I can't carry all of these. I certainly can't go down with the things.
Why did you bring all the bottles? It's okay. No. No. Winnipeg. Thank you. All right, here in the dark tunnel, we have some interesting scoops out of the rock here, partially down the shaft. So, you know, I'm literally squatting to get down here. It is unbelievable. I think it'll be easier going up somehow. I feel like we'll be going in the right, facing the right way. Not that I actually think that this was built for Sneferu, but seriously, if it was, I'd be mad if I was Sneferu, because how do you even like climb down this? I'm literally, it's so deep, it just keeps going all the way down there. Reminds me of the subterranean chamber just at the Great Pyramid of Giza, just less dusty. Dead bat, that's nice. Stevie's wondering how I'm doing this fast, because I've worked up my
leg muscles at the Great Pyramid and at the Osiris shaft recently. Oh my goodness. This is like a horror movie, by the way. If you're claustrophobic, you cannot go down here. You know it's bad when you get about 3 inches more of headspace and you're like relaxing. Oh yeah, it's like almost 3 feet. This all looks like bedrock down here. Similar construction method to the Osiris shaft and subterranean chamber, except for we see these scoops. I'm not sure if this is from renovation. It might have just been a rock that fell out that they patched up, but you see a lot of them going down here. To stabilize this pyramid was not easy. Stevie's all the way up there. Hey, Stevie. Continuing down. The whole thing is moving. Much like the Red Pyramid, if you were to not have these stairs here, you would basically be screwed. You wouldn't have a way to get up after. You'd just be sliding down. It's a really deep incline. It's hard to show you. This is straight. I'm touching it. That's how steep it is. And if you trip, you're going headfirst into the ground and it's gonna give you a concussion. And if you're old, you also should not come here. But this is absolutely fascinating because this is one of the most mysterious sites in all of Egypt. And we're coming upon something right here. Could it be? Could it be? Oh. Stairs. Oh, that's what I need right now. A dead bat there. Oh my God. You can definitely smell the bat. There's literally dead bats everywhere. Stevie, when you come down here, be careful. There's bats everywhere. Ugh. This is behind the stairs. Nothing really, just a wall. Original ladder there. Let's do this. Oh. My legs are like spaghetti. These stairs are super, super steep. Oh, oh my goodness. There are legitimately so many dead bats down here, and I hear them chirping everywhere. And look at this staircase. What the hell? Oh my goodness. Well, by the way, this is another echo chamber here inside the bent pyramid. Wow. All right, my friends, time to go up towards the bats. Let me just say this isn't the most well-built, stable thing I've ever seen. I did spend enough time in school for architecture and engineering to know that this isn't well built. Yeah. So many bats up there. Oh my God. All right, into this tunnel. Oh my God, there's literally bats. Oh my God, everywhere. Oh. Seriously, I have the worst ideas. Oh my God. They were out there touching my back. Bats everywhere. Oh my God. Oh. I'm not afraid of bats, but there's so many of them. And I'm like way too close to them for my comfort. These stairs go in. Oh my God, they're slanted inward. I legit have to stop going to bat-infested caves. Oh. Like again, I'm not scared of them, but their wings were touching my head as I was crawling through that tunnel. Oh, it's horrible. All right. Oh my God. There's thousands of them. Ugh. Nope. Oh my God.
At this point, bat crap was falling at such a rate it sounded like rain. It was dark and I could barely see anything. We apologize for not taking those 4 extra steps. We simply didn't want to be covered in bat crap one day before I had to fly to the United States. You have to remember, it was 2020. Here is what the rest of the room at the top of the bent pyramid looks like. And that's where it ends. Very mysterious architecture with wood planks appearing to cover up the actual floor. We've seen this at the Giza complex with the Sphinx, of course. I then walked back towards the tunnel I climbed through, where you can see a shaft that, like most pyramids, has an astrological alignment. You'll see it again later in this video from the outside.
Alright guys, time to head out and look at the outside of the pyramid. There's just so many bats. It's insane. I'm not afraid of bats, but like there's thousands of them and I'm in their house. Oh, I'd be mad if I were them too. Bat shit everywhere. Oh. And back through another one of their homes. Oh God. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. down. Well, that's quite enough of that. Absolutely amazing sight, but too many rodents for my liking. I'm gonna have to be studying a lot of this once I get home, a lot of this footage, and try and piece together what I can. It's hard not to get distracted when that must have been about 5,000 or 6,000 bats. I like bats actually. I'm not that into that many. Sorry I keep talking about it, but oh my God, I've never seen anything like that before. Whew, the downside to climbing through tiny tunnels in a pyramid. Oh. Just so you're aware, I came through a tunnel down there that was 79 meters, up these stairs, which are really high, and then up these stairs, which are really high, then through a tunnel, and another tunnel, and then found more stairs, and then find a bat cave. Wow. Does this look like a burial chamber? If you look closely, you can see a bunch of bats hanging out above the stairs there. That's fun. But as you could see, do you see any evidence of hieroglyphs anywhere? They're going to build this big pyramid and forget the most important part. Hieroglyphs. Seriously? No paint, no hieroglyphs? Oh, I'm just going to build this almost impossible to build structure. That's a perfect residence chamber. But, I'm a little too lazy to draw on the walls. More evidence that these are machines, ancient machines from a lost ancient civilization, not tombs. In fact, they have been doing crazy scans of the ground with radar and all sorts of stuff. You know, that thing that Dr. Zahir Was says he doesn't believe in, and couldn't find any tomb of Sneferu. They found some mummies in the surrounding area, obviously dedicated to these amazing sites that they believe the gods built, but nothing, no evidence of mummies in this structure. Wow, that's just so amazing looking up at that. Incredible. And then when I look up, I see all those bats. All right, down I go down these steep stairs. Here we go. Oh, that step buckled under me. Whoa. All right, careful. Careful. Yeah, Stevie, you're better off over there. You wouldn't have liked that. All right, I'm climbing out to go check out the pyramid from outside. Absolutely amazing sight. They claim that they built this thing part of the way up. I think it was like at a 53-degree angle or something, or 54, and then decided, oh, we built it wrong. There's a crack. We got to do it at like a 42 or 43-degree angle now, and that it was a mistake in the construction of the pyramid. The problem with that is that it's precision built down to perfect millimeter dynamics, and then I'm supposed to believe that they messed up something so obvious they don't mess up things like that if they don't mess up creating chambers as resonance chambers built to pi and phi. It's ridiculous. I keep hitting my back. It hurts so much.
It's not helping me.
Wow. Shh. Oh my goodness. All right, from the entrance over there, oh God, it's so horrible, to this area over here, we're gonna walk around the whole pyramid to get a good look of it. It's a big pyramid, might be biting off more than I can chew, but let's find out. There's like an old oil refinery plant in the distance here. Interesting place for that. Can only imagine what was under that when they built that, but what can you do, guys? What can you do? I can only imagine what this casing stone looked like when it was first built. I can imagine that it was glistening with the sun. Today you see this massive amount of erosion, almost bubbly on the surface. Something big hit this. I know there's earthquakes, but the way this happened, it seemed to be almost like the top and part of the bottom fell off and the whole middle stayed. It's very unusual. So what do you think, guys? Is this the kind of pyramid that you can climb? Let me find out. It's too straight up. It's flat right after this point. I'd fall to my death. I mean, I'm sure I could climb it. It would just be extremely dangerous and stupid, because how would I even get down from there? You can scale that, and I'm sure you'd make it, but it would be very, very difficult. There wouldn't be a lot to hold on to, and if you give way to any sliding, the momentum's going to pull you down, and it won't look very good, my friends. Now imagine climbing this part. Now here we see a recent excavation that I saw was just beginning in a Brian Forrester video from 2019. It's a giant slab of rock over there and a whole lot of mud brick, very ancient mud brick. And this mud brick does not hold up very well. Ask the Black Pyramid in the distance. Don't step on the brick, fall to pieces after thousands of years. you can tell there's still a bunch under the ground, as you can see by the black mud underneath. Look at the size of these rocks here. That is incredible. Huge. What are they doing here? What's the story, my friends? To get an idea, Stevie's gonna stand right next to that rock over there, just to get an idea of how incredibly large this stone is. Wow. So this looks like some kind of altar here. Massive stones on the top, not the biggest, but pretty big. And then these massive pieces. It's pretty impressive. And then you do see the outer casing stones here, and then a whole bunch missing, and then it continues up again, part of the way up. It is truly incredible how you can see every pyramid down the Nile along the way. You can see Abu Sir from the Great Pyramids of Giza. You could see Saqqara from Abu Sir, and you could see Dashur from Saqqara. I mean, just incredible. What do you think that means, guys? Why? What would be the purpose of that? What I suppose is one of the strangest things about being here on Christmas Day, walking around the bent pyramid at Dashur, especially since this site wasn't open until a few years ago, really. It was excavated largely in the 50s and has been closed to the public, and they put a military base essentially around it, like many places in Egypt, unfortunately. It's the fact that we are completely alone here with all of these pyramids. It's just an unbelievable thing to think that we could be walking through one of the most historic places in the world and there's no one here other than us. Merry Christmas, everyone. Here you see one of the satellite pyramids here at Dashur, and then you see evidence of Cataclysm up here. It looks in some ways like the stones are almost burnt, and they just seem to be exploded off the side. And you really get a picture as you move around this side of the pyramid. Now they say there's underground tunnel networks that connect this satellite pyramid over here to the bent pyramid, and I would say there's evidence that all of these pyramids are connected underground and they were built on already existing shafts and structures from an even further back ancient time. There's extensive evidence of this. The architecture is completely different, and we found evidence of tunnels that connect this to Saqqara, to Abu Sir, to the Great Pyramids of Giza, through the Osiris shaft, which we went and studied recently as well. And make sure to check out that video if it's up already, or if it's not up, make sure to look into that because we will be posting that soon. Just like we have climbed under the Great Pyramid of Giza at the subterranean chamber, and we saw similar architecture, and it was clear that this vibrational frequency coming up from where the water came up, which is a water table, the Nile table, would cause vibrational energy up to the top of the pyramid, concentrated by the limestone and the granite, and possibly pointed in certain directions. Phys.org put out an article where they did a study where they found that the Great Pyramid of Giza, for example, still focuses electromagnetic frequency. So how do you explain that if that's just a tomb that, again, they forgot to put paint in and they forgot to put any hieroglyphs in? Come on, guys. It does indeed look as though some kind of cataclysmic event happened here, because it just seems shattered off one side and not the other side. It looks like something rocked this place. And, you know, Brian Forster's theories are that it was some kind of solar burst. A lot of people say it was an asteroid. A lot of people say it was an earthquake.
that's up to you guys to decide, but we do see evidence of darkened stone, almost like it's burnt, and just a shattering of the outer sheathing of the pyramid, which is interesting because we do have evidence throughout Egypt of what looks like exploded pyramids. And I went on the ground to the Hellenikon pyramid in Greece, where we found it was thermoluminescent dated, back older than any pyramid in Egypt, allegedly, where the rock on the inside was blackened and looked melted and looked like it was exploded from the inside. All the stones were thrown yards away from the pyramid. So you can check out our video on the Hellenikon pyramid, probably still up on library/Odyssey, and we'll try and repost it on YouTube as well as BitChute. But nonetheless, lots of evidence of Cataclysm around this area, and it makes you wonder, how far back does this civilization go? Is it possibly almost 8,000-9,000 years older than the dynastic Egyptians? And we're just starting to find out about that. And luckily for us, we're in an era where Egypt's starting to finally open things up for people to investigate. Still not as much as they could, but more than they have in recent years, since in the 1800s, a bunch of scholars came out here, made assumptions, and without actually proving any of these assumptions, they just based their history on that and the textbooks on that ever since. It is absolutely astonishingly stupid and stubborn and kind of nefarious that they wouldn't allow new debate to happen around science. And another tunnel that I kind of want to climb down into, but I also don't at the same time. Luckily, it's locked, so I have an excuse today, don't I? But going into the bent pyramid was honestly one of the coolest things I've done in Egypt, and also one of the most nerve-wracking and claustrophobic and bat-infested. But nonetheless, highly recommend it. I could hear my voice bouncing off the bent pyramid. That sounds pretty cool. Clearly there's something going on over here. Huh. Who knows? Maybe it was a temple built to commemorate by the dynastics. The structure here at Dashur, because it does line up perfectly with the satellite pyramid here. Again, we have examples of metallic black stone all over the ground here. And just seemingly it looks like evidence of an explosion of some kind of burst. It's really hard to explain. I mean, over here you have this satellite pyramid is completely covered halfway up in sand and just pulverized rock. We see evidence of pulverized rock all over the place here, just like it got blown up. A lot of it's blackened. And then there's just chunks taken out of the side of the bent pyramid. I mean, look at all of the dark blackened stone around here. Reminds me of the reshot structure in Mauritania, actually. Just evidence of massive amount of magmatic, explosive, some kind of cataclysm. It's hard to really put your finger on what it was. It's unusual. And it's also weird to hear my voice bouncing off this thing. We're the only ones here. And I can only imagine when a big crowd's here, it must just be echoing and bouncing back at everyone. There's just so much residue here of stone. Like, look how much higher up I am from Stevie. It's just piles of pulverized stone. Very, very interesting. You don't really see this online, so this is kind of an interesting experience to be on the ground. I'm surprised by a lot of what I see here, and I've studied this place quite extensively. The stone around here, and I should say the sand, is a pretty fine powder like you'd find on a beach. And I don't know what that tells you, but I've noticed that in a lot of places where asteroids have gone off, where there's been some kind of solar event. Just going to throw that out there. It doesn't actually solve the problem, does it? Because it, again, goes back to the argument. Was it an asteroid? Well, we know the one hit in Greenland that caused a massive catastrophe around the time of the Younger Dryas period, which the Hiawatha crater in Greenland basically wiped out 75% of all mammals in North America. But we also know there's evidence of a massive solar event that literally melted stone throughout the world. So what happened? Well, we know that the ancients all talk about a cataclysm, every single one in the world, every single ancient civilization in the world. And here we have more and more evidence of these ancient cataclysms at these ancient sites, which makes us wonder, how old are these sites really? Because this ancient cataclysm happened around 10,400 BC to 9,500 BC, which is around the Egyptian time of Zep Tepe. The first time, a time of cataclysm, a time of rebirth, of resetting a civilization. Same as in Göbekli Tepe in Turkey, which we visited and reported on the ground. Same with Karahan Tepe in Turkey. Same with all these places around the world, from Noah's Ark to the Epics of Gilgamesh. They can all go back to around 10,400 BC, and it just happens, my friends, that an ancient cataclysm happened at that exact same time, corroborating all of the evidence that's been put together, like by people like Graham Hancock and Randall Carlson, and of course our friends Brian Forster and our friends Jimmy from Bright Insight, who I interviewed recently. Check out our videos for that. And of course the late great John Anthony West, and of course Robert Schoch, who I don't know yet, but I hope to meet Robert Schoch in the near future. And Robert Bauval. They all have different ideas of how it happened, but the premise remains the same, and they have been incredibly vindicated over the last 10 to 40 to 50 years. And we should ask ourselves, we're not really seeing any vindication for the mainstream academics who've been following the same mantra since the 1800s. Why is that? Well, I think I found out where the bats get in. But with that said, you can see the little hole up there. It's probably aligned to constellations. It looks quite original in the way it's composed. Obviously, they put a screen over it. But it makes sense because most of these pyramids have tunnels that perfectly align with the constellations. Another very interesting fact that a lot of people forget about, because they say that they didn't judge constellations at that point in history, and that was a later tactic used by later civilizations. Well, there's evidence that brings it back in Göbekli Tepe to at least 9,500 BC, so why do all these perfectly align perfectly at Zep Tepe at 2400 BC? So 10,400 BC and 2400 BC to these constellations. Interesting how one civilization falls and the next one rises up perfectly with the Earth's wobble at 2400 BC again. You're supposed to hear the greatest age of Egypt reigned. And then fast forward in time, do the math. Tells you everything you need to know about how civilizations go through cycles, and possibly several in between. We don't know much of anything about history yet, my friends, and we intend to find out as much as possible, but every time we find an answer, we end up with more questions, don't we? More evidence on that side over there of a cataclysmic event, and then this side seems to have been saved. Then we see explosions from almost the top, which is interesting because usually they would go from, you know, bottom to top to some degree. You'd think you'd see some evidence of these rocks exploding off and causing all of these to shatter onto the ground, a chain effect, but instead you only really see it at the top, and most of the way down it's still in unbelievable shape. I mean, what people have to understand is that this is one of the most preserved, well-preserved structures in all of Egypt, and it's quite fascinating. We're close to Memphis, of course, where we see a lot of evidence of unbelievable precision technology and statues as well. What an amazing place to spend Christmas. Some very interesting marks on the rocks around the bent pyramid here, and some of them look almost cut by man. You could see some interesting marks there, but I think that might be a fossil. However, you have these metallic pieces here that are very smoothed out. See if you could focus on that. There we go. Quite a few of them. It's kind of cool picking around the rocks at the bent pyramid, because there's so much more still underground that has not yet been explored. It's quite tragic, but hopefully one day we'll find a few more answers. We got a bone, my friends. Could it be Sneferu? Is that you? I really appreciate everyone watching. We will continue to cover these issues in depth. We have so many examples of ancient sites that we have been exploring around the world.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Make sure to check out our countless other adventures into lost ancient civilizations on our channel. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, Ancient Wonders. You can also find us at World Alternative Media on BitChute, Odyssey, Rumble, Rockfin, and Brighteon, as well as Band.video. Our original channel, World Alternative Media, was taken down with 155,000 subscribers back in October of 2020 without YouTube actually giving us a reason. So we're mostly posting on the alternatives, and I promise you, they're much better. Again, my friends, make sure if you want to help support yourself and support our message, make sure to check out heavensharvest.com. All the links are in the description for long-term storable foods that are non-GMO as well as heirloom seeds. Use code WAM, W-A-M, and get free shipping on most products. Also check out Lion Energy and never run out of power. Use our link in the description and save money on your purchases as well as get free shipping. You could also go and check out our link for the Tower Garden project, where you can get tower gardens that fit as much as 50 plants in them. You save a bunch of money if you go through our link as well. We also have a link for the late, great Dr. Zelenko's Z-Stack, Z-Stack Kids, Z-Detox, and Z-Flu. Make sure your immune system is resilient. You could use our link again to get vitamins and minerals and supplements at that link, and you save a bunch of money on it, and you get free shipping. We appreciate everyone watching. It's interesting exploring a past reset that has led to so many mysteries as we walk headfirst into a new reset. Hopefully, we can learn from the last one. I really hope to God we do. Stay tuned for more from Wham. Hit that like button, share on social media, hit the notification bell, hit subscribe if you have not yet already. Again, Ancient Wonders on YouTube. Until next time, this is Josh Sigurdson signing out from World Alternative Media and Ancient Wonders. Find the truth and be the change.